This video is your chance to get a little extra spending money for all those President's Day sales. You just have to find it. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn more than you ever wanted to about President's Day, but if you pay close attention, it'll be worth it. This holiday is mostly about George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, so I've hidden both a Washington and Lincoln valued Amazon gift card code inside this video. You'll find the Lincoln code by answering all the clues throughout the video, and the Washington code is hidden in a single frame somewhere in the video. And finally, please subscribe and hit the like button, because the more support I can get from you, the more I can continue to release fun and valuable treasure hunts. Plus, as a subscriber, you'll be the first to be notified when the next video is launched. Alright, ready hunters? Here we go.
Washington's birthday is a United States federal holiday celebrated on the third Monday of February in honor of George Washington, the first President of the United States, who was born on February 22, 1732. Knowing the first letter of the month Washington was born in could come in handy, because it's the first character of the Amazon gift card code. Since the Uniform Federal Holidays Act of 1971, the observance of Washington's birthday can occur from February 15th to the 21st, inclusive. Colloquially, the day is also now widely known as President's Day and is often an occasion to honor the incumbent president and all who have served as president, not just George Washington. In fact, the last letter of the last name of the last president is the second character of the code. The day is a state holiday in most states, with official names including Washington's birthday, President's Day, and Washington's and Lincoln's birthday. Andrew Jackson Day isn't an official holiday, but when he took the office, what number president he was is the third character. Depending upon the specific law, the state holiday might officially celebrate Washington alone, Washington and Abraham Lincoln, whose birthday is February 12 and whose last name starts with the fourth character, or some other combination of U.S. presidents, such as Washington and the third President Thomas Jefferson, who was born in April. Although Lincoln's birthday, February 12, was never a federal holiday, nearly half of the state governments have officially renamed their Washington's birthday observances as President's Day, Washington and Lincoln Day, or other such designations. In historical rankings of presidents of the United States, Lincoln and Washington are frequently, but not always, the top two presidents. However, President's Day is not always an all-inclusive term and might refer to only a selection of presidents. In the following states and possessions, Washington's birthday is an official state holiday and known as President's Day, with an apostrophe after the S, in Hawaii, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, South Dakota, Texas, Vermont, and Washington. President's Day, with an apostrophe before the S, in Alaska, Idaho, Maryland, Nebraska, New Hampshire, Tennessee, West Virginia, and Wyoming. President's Day, with no apostrophe, in Nevada, New Jersey, and Oregon. Washington's birthday/President's Day in Maine. Lincoln/Washington/President's Day in Arizona. If you haven't already, you should subscribe. George Washington Day in Virginia. Washington's birthday in Illinois, Iowa, Massachusetts, Michigan, Louisiana and New York. Lincoln's and Washington's birthday in Montana. Washington-Lincoln Day in Colorado and Ohio. Washington and Lincoln Day in Utah. Washington's and Lincoln's birthday in Minnesota. George Washington/Thomas Jefferson birthday in Alabama. George Washington's birthday and Daisy Gatson Bates Day in Arkansas. The third Monday in February in California, where the first letter of that state is the fifth character, and Lincoln's birthday is explicitly named as a separate holiday. Several states honor presidents with official state holidays that do not fall on the third Monday of February. In 1796, the year before George Washington's final year as president, the number of Mondays there were in February is the sixth character. In Massachusetts, The state officially celebrates Washington's birthday on the same day as the federal holiday. State law also directs the governor to issue an annual President's Day proclamation on May 29, John F. Kennedy's birthday, honoring the presidents with Massachusetts roots: Kennedy, John Adams, John Quincy Adams, and Calvin Coolidge. In California, Connecticut, Missouri, and Illinois, while Washington's birthday is a federal holiday, Abraham Lincoln's birthday is still a state holiday, falling on February 12 regardless of the day of the week. The 12th president has the 7th character as the middle letter in his first name. In New Mexico, President's Day, at least as a state government-paid holiday, is observed on the Friday following Thanksgiving, although the legal public holiday remains the third Monday in February. In Georgia, President's Day, at least as a state government-paid holiday, is observed on Christmas Eve, observed on the prior Thursday if Christmas falls on Saturday, observed on the prior Friday if Christmas falls on a Sunday. If December 24th is a Wednesday, then this holiday is observed on Friday, December 26th. Similarly, in Indiana, Washington's birthday is observed on Christmas Eve, or the day preceding the weekend if Christmas falls on Saturday or Sunday, while Lincoln's birthday is the day after Thanksgiving. Washington lived to be 67 years old, and so did two other presidents. One of them was Woodrow Wilson. If you subtract 1000 from the year the other one took office, you get the next three characters. George Washington was born on February 11, 1731, at his parents' Pope's Creek estate near Colonial Beach in Westmoreland County, Virginia. At the time, the entire British Empire, including its North American possessions, was on the Julian calendar. The empire, not being bound to the Catholic Church, had not yet adopted the modern Gregorian calendar that Catholic countries had adopted in 1582. Consequently, by the 1730s, the Julian calendar used by Britain in the colonies was 11 days behind the Gregorian, due to leap year differences. Furthermore, the British Civil Year began on March 25 rather than January 1, so that dates in February, such as this one, belonged to the preceding year. In 1752, the British Empire switched to the Gregorian calendar. Since then, Americans born prior to 1752, including Washington, have typically had their birthdays recognized under what their birthday would have been under the Gregorian calendar. Since, during the 1700s, February 11 under the Julian calendar would fall as February 22 on the Gregorian, Washington's birthday has been generally recognized as February 22, 1732, and by turning the first letter of his last name upside down, the 11th character is found. The federal holiday honoring Washington was originally implemented by an act of Congress in 1879 for government offices in Washington and expanded in 1885 to include all federal offices. As the first federal holiday to honor an American president, the holiday was celebrated on Washington's birthday under the Gregorian calendar, February 22. On January 1, 1971, the federal holiday was shifted to the third Monday in February by the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. This places it between February 15 and 21, which makes Washington's birthday something of a misnomer, since it never occurs on Washington's actual birthday, February 22. A rough analog of this phenomenon can be seen in Commonwealth realms, where the reigning monarch's official birthday is celebrated without regard to their actual date of birth. The first attempt to create a President's Day occurred in 1951 when the President's Day National Committee was formed by Harold Stonebridge Fisher of Compton, California, who became its national executive director for the next 2 decades. One president, who was a former governor of Tennessee, is most known for extending the territory of the United States during the Mexican-American War. His middle initial is the 12th character. The purpose of attempting to create the President's Day was not to honor any particular president, but to honor the office of the presidency. It was first thought that March 4, the original inauguration day, should be deemed President's Day, but the bill recognizing March 4th stalled in the Senate Judiciary Committee, which had authority over federal holidays. The committee felt that, given its proximity to Lincoln's and Washington's birthdays, 3 holidays so close together would be unduly burdensome. But meanwhile, the governors of a majority of the states issued proclamations declaring March 4th President's Day in their respective jurisdictions. An early draft of the Uniform Monday Holiday Act would have renamed the holiday President's Day to honor the birthdays of both Washington and Lincoln, which would explain why the chosen date falls between the two, but this proposal failed in committee, and the bill was voted on and signed into law on June 28, 1968, keeping the name Washington's Birthday. By the mid-1980s, with a push from advertisers, the term President's Day began its public appearance. The 13th character is the first letter in Washington's adopted hometown city in Virginia, where celebrations are held throughout February. A food traditionally associated with the holiday is cherry pie, based on the legendary chopping down of a cherry tree in Washington's youth. Until the late 1980s, corporate businesses generally closed on this day, similar to present corporate practices on Memorial Day or Christmas Day. However, after having been moved to the third Monday, most businesses remain open, with many offering sales and other promotions. Federal and state government services close, such as the U.S. Postal Service, State Departments of Motor Vehicles, and federal and state courts. Class schedules at universities and colleges vary depending on the school. Public elementary and secondary schools are generally closed, but some school districts, such as New York City, may close for an entire week as a midwinter recess. The holiday is also a tribute to the general who created the first military badge of merit for the common soldier. Revived on Washington's 200th birthday in 1932, the Purple Heart Medal, which bears Washington's image, is awarded to soldiers who are injured in battle. Community celebrations often display a lengthy heritage. Washington's hometown of Alexandria, Virginia, hosts a month-long tribute, including what is claimed to be the nation's longest-running and largest George Washington birthday parade, while Eustis, Florida, continues its annual George Fest celebration begun in 1902. In Denver, Colorado, there is a society dedicated to observing the day. At the George Washington Birthplace National Monument in Westmoreland County, Virginia, visitors are treated to birthday celebrations on the holiday, while at Mount Vernon, they last throughout the holiday weekend and through February 22. Since 1862, there has been a tradition in the United States Senate that George Washington's farewell address be read on his birthday. Citizens asked that this be done in light of the ongoing Civil War. The number of presidents that have died during their presidency is the final character. Because President's Day is not the official name of the federal holiday, there is variation in how it is rendered, both colloquially and in the name of official state holidays. When used with the intention of celebrating more than one individual, the form President's Day with an apostrophe after the S was usual in the past. In recent years, as the use of attributive nouns, which are nouns acting as modifiers, has become more widespread, the form President's Day with no apostrophe has become more common. The Associated Press style book, most newspapers and some magazines use this form. Everyone who emails the full code from this video to treasuretimeyt@gmail.com will get an email back containing the first 4 characters to the next video's code.
Thanks for watching. I'd love your feedback and suggestions in the comments below. And remember to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. And until next time, good luck and happy hunting.